This woman is a wordsmith and a master storyteller. She invented her own name. Born in Enugu State, Nigeria in the year 1977. She is a renowned writer and a fashionista. She is an ardent propagator of the rich Igbo heritage. Her name is Chimamanda. So, in the heart of Nsukka, young Grace began her education in a local primary school. Facing gender biases, she was once denied a class monitor position simply because she was a girl. She went on to the University of Nigeria Secondary School there in Nsukka. From her young age, she was surrounded by the vibrant Igbo culture and intellectual discussions which ignited her curiosity and passion for storytelling. And then, she attended the University of Nigeria where she studied medicine and pharmacy for about a year and a half. Her journey took a significant turn when she clocked 19 and was admitted into Drexel University, where she studied communication and political science, quickly earning respect for her intellectual prowess. She then pursued a master's degree in creative writing at Johns Hopkins University, where she refined her crafts and honed her narrative skills, a time during which she invented her own name, Chimamanda, and I will take you through her process shortly. As a young girl, Grace's love for reading was insatiable. She always read British and American children's stories, which initially shaped her early characters and settings. After some time, the African folk tales and legends shared by her parents began to truly spark her imaginations. Growing up in Nsukka, she initially believed that stories had to feature foreign characters until she discovered African writers who showed her that people like her could exist in literature. Discovering stories by African authors like Chinua Achebe and Buchi Emecheta opened her eyes to the richness of African identity and post-colonial experiences. She also got influences from the works of Jane Austen and Virginia Woolf, which made her poetic style began to take shape, blending diverse influences into her unique voice. Now, remember I told you she invented her own name, and this is how she did it. So one day, young Ngozi Grace Adichie started to think that her name does not truly reflect her personality and identity. She believed that the name Grace was not a perfect fit for her and found the name Ngozi as common. So, during her Catholic confirmation, she had the opportunity to choose a new name, and she decided to go with the name Amanda, inspired by a character she read in a novel. It happened that the priest in the Catholic Church refused to accept the name Amanda simply because the name Amanda is not a name of a saint. Young Grace persisted and pushed until the priest approved the name Amanda for her Catholic confirmation. However, as time went on, while she was studying in America, she began to dislike how the name Amanda was pronounced and realized that it didn't really capture her unique identity. But with a desire to have a name that represented her cultural roots and personal identity, she decided to create her own name. She then combined the word Chim, which means my God in the Igbo language, with Amanda, which is the name she chose during her confirmation, resulting to the name Chimamanda. So, like Chimamanda said, this new name was a revelation to her and feels more authentic and true to herself. And then, at the age of 26, Chimamanda burst onto the scholarly scene with her debut novel, Hibiscus, a powerful story set in post-colonial Nigeria follows a 15-year-old Kambili and her brother Jaja as they navigate their lives under the rule of their strict and abusive father. But that was just the beginning. Chimamanda went on to write critically acclaimed works such as Purple Hibiscus in 2003, which in 2005 won the Commonwealth Writers' Prize for Best First Book in Africa and was shortlisted for Orange Prize for Fiction in 2004. Half of a Yellow Sun, published in the year 2006, won the Women's Prize for Fiction in the year 2007 and was voted the winner of winners in the year 2020. The Thing Around Your Neck was published in the year 2009. She went on to publish Americana in year 2013, which was shortlisted for the Women's Bailey's Prize for Fiction in year 2014. Then, in the year 2017, she published Dear Ijawele, a feminist manifesto in 15 suggestions. As her fame grew, so did the criticism and unsolicited advice, including warnings against calling herself a feminist, even though it was deemed un-African by some people. But despite these obstacles, Chimamanda used her platform to address issues of identity, gender, and the dangers of a single story, advocating for more understanding of diverse cultures and experiences. So, like she told in one of her presentations, a childhood moment that profoundly shaped her understanding of perspective and stereotypes. So this guy, let's call him Fide. Chimamanda had only heard a single story about Fide and his family. Amanda's mother told her that Fide's family was poor and even sent them basket of yams and rice and their old clothes to Fide's family. Even at the point when she didn't finish her dinner, Amanda's mother will always say, "Finish your food. Don't you know? People like Fide's family have nothing to eat." And because of that, Amanda always felt enormous pity for Fide's family. So, one Saturday morning, they went to Fide's village to visit, and Fide's mother showed them a beautifully patterned basket made of dyed raffia that Fide's brother had made. Amanda instantly became startled because it had never occurred to her that anybody from Fide's family can actually make something. All she had heard about them was how poor they were, to the extent that it had become impossible for Amanda to see Fide's family as anything else but poor. So you see, Fide's family poverty was Amanda's single story of them. Chimamanda also shared her experience in the US. On getting to the university in the United States, she was only 19 years of age. Her American roommate was shocked by the fact that Amanda could speak English so well and was confused when Amanda said that Nigeria happened to have English as her official language. While the American girl assumed that Amanda did not even know how to use a stove, her default position towards Amanda as an African was a kind of patronizing, well-meaning pity. Again, the American had a single story of Africa, a single story of catastrophe. In this single story, there was no possibility for Africans being similar to Americans in any way. No possibility of feelings more complex than pity. And this was because she only had a single story of Africa. I want Chimamanda's story to inspire you to overcome obstacles. Tell your own stories with authenticity and contribute to the world that values and respects diverse voices. Believe in the power of your voice and use it to create change and foster a deeper understanding of our shared human experience. Shout out to 042. Shout out to Chimamanda.